Have you ever considered writing and then publishing your very own book, getting the title of author? Is it even worth it in 2024? Well, the answer is yes. Stick around until the end of the video to find out why. Hey, what's going on? Isaac Mashman here, founder of Mashman Consulting Group and author of Personal Branding, a Manifesto on Fame and Influence. Now, the only reason I even mention this is to show you that I come from a place of experience and expertise. I've done it myself, so I can take you through those steps. And secondly, I work with emerging and established public figures, which include authors. I've had many clients that are authors of their own and are looking to publish their own books. So I'm able to give you a little bit of that professional insight here and share some perspectives that other people might not be able to provide from a psychological and a positioning standpoint in terms of the benefits of being a published author. Now, for the basically majority of time, right, since the Gutenberg press was invented and mass distributed the Bible, the barrier to entry to publishing a book was extremely high. You had to have been somebody of affluence, influence, or money, and it was reserved for those select few. Now, in 2024, we have tools like Amazon KDP, Ingram Spark, Draft2Digital, Findaway Voices, all of these different tools at our disposal that have lowered the barrier to entry to where us, the common folk, can become published authors. But that still means you have to produce something that is high quality, something worth reading, and something that the reader feels like they are getting their money's worth out of. That is really important to note and to say because that is the only potential drawback of becoming a published author. If your work is not up to standard and not up to par of the market, you can look like an idiot and look like a fool. So I want to make sure I make that distinction very early on and very clear. Now, if you are a professional or somebody who even wants to publish a fiction book, it is something I would definitely encourage you to do. But again, make sure the quality is there, make sure you set a very high standard, and you take your time to make it look and appear as if you have a team of editors and people working with you to publish this work that you are pouring your sweat, tears, alcohol, and everything else into, all right? That is very, very, very important. So in terms of why you would publish a book, I believe that it is along the same lines as to why you would want to build out your personal brand. I believe there are three overarching reasons. Number one is money. You want to generate revenue from your book. The second is mission. You are purpose-driven. You have something you want to, spread awareness about, maybe a philanthropic passion. And then the third is vanity. You very simply want to become a published author so you have that title. Now, whatever drives you, and it could be a combination of those three, you need to understand why. That way, during those dry spells, whenever you're getting writer's block, things aren't going as well, an objection or rejection comes up, you're able to power through them because you know what is driving you. And it is important that if you choose to become a published author, you realize that you are going to be able to have this book attached to your name for the remainder of your life and then after you are dead. That is crazy, right? I'll be an 80-year-old man and be like, yeah, published my first book in 2021 and a couple years later wrote the second edition, which was 1,000 times better. And that's a beautiful thing. But it can be scary if that quality isn't there. Again, emphasize quality. Make sure it's good. Now, from a money-making perspective, writing a book and publishing it will not make you money in of itself. For perspective, my book right here I sell for $12.99 on Amazon. I get about $5.60 profit. That's not even enough to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac. But at scale, it can be a great way to make money. But most of us, especially watching this video, might not be in that situation where you have millions of people who are going to go out and purchase your book and put you on the bestsellers list of Wall Street and New York Times. And that is okay. But what you can do with your book is you can leverage it from a positioning standpoint, right, as a person of credibility and authority to where you can land higher paying gigs. Being a published author would allow you to charge more because you'd be able to say, hey, I wrote a book, hit the bestseller list on Amazon in this category. Like, I poured my heart and soul into this. You can read it for yourself. So it gives you leverage in an initial relationship, and it is a public display of competence. This is something I've been saying a lot lately because these things show the marketplace that you are somebody who can be trusted. You are a vetted professional. And so You will not make money by selling your book. Yeah, you'll make a little bit of money here and there, but by leveraging your book, you'd be able to make more money by charging more, or by landing speaking engagements, or more podcast interviews, or more sponsorships. So it cements your authority in whatever space your book is written about. Now, from a fiction writer's perspective, it works a little bit different because it's not like you're going to naturally be able to charge more as a fiction writer. However, it would allow you to do larger book signings. It would allow you to get onto stages if you're talking to other fiction writers, maybe be a speaker at a fiction book conference, whatever those opportunities might be in your market and in your space, you would be able to have a book that you could send out. The other cool thing is people throw away business cards. People do not throw away books. So what I'll do is I'll pay the $2.30 plus shipping that costs to make per copy, right? The author copy, and I'll hand this baby out to everybody I meet. So when I first moved into my office space, I put a copy of my book in the break room. I put a copy of my book on the rest area that is out there. I gave it to a couple other tenants, and I said, hey, I want to gift this to you. I want to make this offering to you. And now they're like, wow, this guy is a published author. That's pretty cool. And then at networking events, at conferences, you could hand this out, sign your name on it and, act like you're Michael Jordan signing a jersey and say, here you go. And that will leave a very large lasting impression of increase, which helps you build those better relationships long term, and you are automatically positioned in that new connection's mind as somebody that they can come to and as a trusted, vetted expert. And the final thing that I'll go ahead and share with you is having a book gives you something to talk about. So you're able to talk about your book on podcasts and articles. You're able to put author in your bio and your marketing message, and it really will be a game changer for you, and it will set the tone because now you could publish more books, whether you want to be known for writing them and being an author, or you're a business owner who is also an author. There is not a drawback here. So I would tell you that you need to make sure you take the proper steps to produce a high quality piece of work, whether you go through a publishing house and sacrifice some of your revenue and your rights, or you self-publish through KDP or BookBaby or Ingram Spark or many of the other businesses that are out there that can help you with that process. It is something worth considering. And I know that this isn't a step-by-step, this is how you publish a book, rather a psychological look into why you should publish a book. So understand your intentions, and then understand what you're looking to get out of it, and then look for ways that you can leverage it so more opportunities can find you and help you out and ultimately assist you in landing higher quality engagements as you grow and as you scale. The only drawback is producing something that's trash, and I don't think you're going to do that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and be on the lookout for more content on personal branding, life, business, all of that good stuff. Have some really cool things in the works.